that's a tremendous looking trophy.
Hello and welcome to Platinum Solution, number one PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name is John Blunt, and joining me as always, Ashley Hobley.
Me, Dylan, excited to be back here talking about PlayStation.
Let's start with the big news. We missed last week's episode. Why was that, Ash?
Because PlayStation didn't have any news.
Oh. True. Idea. What do you reckon we just do the show for 2 weeks instead?
Sure, we got a lot of stuff to do.
All right, lock it in. So, Platinum Explosion. This isn't a bit. What is Well, actually, hold on. To clarify, it is a bit, but it's not a bit.
It's a bit, but factual.
It's a factual bit. So, for the it's just sort of like I hope no one's like, really falling off their seats here. But all right, so yeah, quick show notes, housekeeping, as the kids call it.
Mm-hmm.
Platinum Explosion will be going to fortnightly as of now. Why? Because there's just not enough news. There's not enough to talk about in the world of PlayStation currently, especially in a world where we just want to focus on actual PlayStation stuff on this show. Because I don't know if you listen to it or not, but we have a mob podcast called Arcade Couch where we talk about all the generalized video game news in the world. So there's no need for us to double dip or talk about it on here. This is meant to be a PlayStation podcast. And PlayStation just do not have enough happening in the world at the moment to keep a weekly show going without like trying to come up with a million other segments and shit to, I guess, keep this show alive, which that's that. That's the way the cookie crumbles on that. Now, as I said to Ash when I pitched this idea, I think if PlayStation, obviously, if 6 months, a year, whatever, from now PlayStation's got a lot more exciting things happening. There's more chance of weekly stuff to be discussed. Sure, we'll go back to weekly. But at the moment, I think over the last couple months, it's just been highly unnecessary to probably drag this out every week. Like, probably a lot of the news don't need to we can just discuss it every 2 weeks. Now, if a state of play or something happens, and we'll jump in, do a bonus episode, whatever. Of course, it's not a only 2 weeks. It's just a regularly scheduled show. We'll now be going to fortnightly.
Yes.
There you go. Got that out of the way. All right, let's discuss the small amount of PlayStation news that we have to talk about this week. Firstly, PlayStation Plus games for July. All available as of the time you're listening to this, and here they are. So, Borderlands 3, PS4, PS5, NHL 24, PS4, PS5, Among Us, PS4, PS5. And you can also get a Genshin Impact PlayStation Plus fact, you fucking nerds. And what is this? You get movie credits to sign up PlayStation Plus. Who cares? All right. What do you think of the games this month, July?
It's a fine group of games.
Is it?
I mean, it definitely feels like there's tie-in elements to each of these. Like NHL, the season's just finished. Try and get people excited about the next installments. Borderlands, the movie's coming out soonish. Get people playing that game, and then the Among Us. There's a bunch of new content. I know you have a grudge against the game and absolutely hate and have no reason to play it, but at least you could just download it as part of PS Plus. So I mean, it's fine. I'm sure everybody actually has Among Us, so I don't know how many people this will actually help. But
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I brought Among Us in 2 places.
Yeah, so
that's how much I hate it.
I mean, you buy a lot of stuff that don't play it that you hate. So
it's true. It's a very good point. I mean, my pick would be Borderlands. I haven't played any of these games, but I guess Borderlands is the
it's a big AAA game, I guess.
It's a big AAA game on the list, I guess. But yeah, I think it's a pretty Avo month. Like NHL 24, like I'm like how many people, like I'm not like saying this in a way that's like, I fully understand that people probably care about hockey in Australia, but I cannot I don't know anyone who cares about hockey. You know, in Australia, I know it's bigger
I know a couple of
elsewhere.
people. I think even our own Nicholas Pryor goes to like a local hockey competition, watches matches.
Oh yeah, that's true. He did mention that once. All right, never mind. All right, I'll take back what I said. Concord's been the biggest news of the past week. So we've got news for its release, its data, all these sorts of things. So let's read through the news as on the PlayStation blog. So Concord beta early access July 12th to 14th and open beta July 18th to 21st. So July 12th to 14th for those that pre-order the game for this early access weekend. So if you pre-order, get access to that. Then everyone else gets gets access to the open beta, of course, July 18th to 21st. So that is on PC and PS5 on the July 18th to 21st. Okay. Yeah. They make no mention of the 12th to 14th being on both, but
it says the first sentence is will kick off with an early access on PS4.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Yes, and PC. Yeah. Okay, so it's both. So that's only next weekend or
the weekend after.
The weekend after, yes. I was trying to make sure I was right there. So you won't have to. So you will get access to all 16 of the free gunners, aka characters in this video game at during the beta period that will be available at launch. That's actually that's a lot of characters, isn't it?
It's a fair number.
16.
Especially for launch.
Holy shit. You know? Yeah. Like they say here, from familiar faces, like very familiar, like that one trailer we watched, very familiar.
Yeah.
From familiar faces like Hamar, Vale, Lennox, One Off, and Star Child from the reveal trailer. So there's only 5 characters in the reveal trailer. 16. But then the maths is off. Like, is there 5 characters per ship character? Like, but then when's the extra? Anyway,
it's like Overwatch. There's just however many, and each team has 5 people.
Okay. Throughout the Concord beta weekend, you'll be able to visit and battle across multiple worlds and maps in Concord Galaxy. 4 maps: Free Water, Water Hazard, Star Chamber, and Shock Risk. My opinion on these map names are they're not exciting at all. Like, you know, I just don't. You know, when people are like, man, Nuketown. I can't wait to play on Water Hazard.
Well, you have to play Water Hazard before you know how much of a if you would enjoy Water Hazard. I mean, Nuketown wouldn't be that interesting, you know, unless you knew what Nuketown was, you know.
But then they talk about in the descriptions. They're like, you know, they'll be like, oh, located on this planet or whatever. I'm like, well, can you call it like this one, Water Hazard? It says on the stormy water-covered planet Leviathan. Call it Leviathan Hazard. I don't think.
It's just easier. Easier to tell your friend which map to choose.
Leviathan Hazard. Compared to Water Hazard. It's like the same amount of fucking syllables.
No, I think Leviathan has more syllables than water.
Leviathan. Water. Well, it's got a couple more, but it's like, you know, same amount of words.
I'm sure it's easy to spell as well, you know, if you're texting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bone mines. Fuck off.
Maybe the 5th map.
5th map will be introduced during the open. A 5th map will be introduced during the open beta weekend. Bone mines. Whatever. Multiple modes you'll have access to. Trophy hunt, that's my favorite mode. Cargo run, clash point, and then an open beta weekend you get access to area control. All right, so trophy hunt, a respawn based mode where you fight to take down members of the rival crew and collect their bounty cards to earn points for your team. The first team to reach the target score before time runs out wins the match. That is, what's that mode? Dog tags from Call of Duty. Cargo Run, a no respawn mode where teams compete to retrieve the Blue Buddy robotic package delivery system planted at one of the other zones and defend it from the rival crew to win. So you've gone from a like typical sort of FPS mode, respawning and stuff, to a no respawn mode that sounds more like, I don't know, a Rainbow Six type Counter-Strike, sure, or, you know, 6 or whatever. More tactical. Which confuses me straight away where I go, what's the aim, what's the audience? But because they're usually very different player bases. But Clash Point, a round-based no respawn game mode where teams compete to control a single capture zone at a single location on the map. And then you get area control in the open beta weekend as the second respawn mode, a respawn mode where the teams compete to control multiple capture and control points around the map. Control 2 or more zones to increase your team score and reach the point threshold to win. So that's just typical like control.
Capture the flag.
Capture the flag. So what do you think of so what do you think of that? Two modes being no respawn to 2 modes being respawn? Like,
interesting, you know? I mean, they have to have a wide variety of modes and different things, but I guess it just depends on how long matches are going to be. Am I going to be excited when I get taken out in the first 5 seconds of the match and then I have to wait like 5 minutes to be able to get back in? Am I going to wait that long, or am I just going to quit and go play something else? You know?
yeah, quit.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's good that they've got a different variety of stuff, I guess, you know, not all the same kind of thing. So there's only so many different ways.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm keen to play it because obviously PlayStation's telling me it's a big game for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, I'm buying into it to the degree of I'll give it a go. Now, I said I didn't I thought the cinematic was fun and everything, but the second they showed the gameplay trailer and stuff, I was like, I don't know, this gameplay looks pretty generic. They have said that this other article I have, VG247 at the bottom here, and I'll come back to another part from the same VGC. Video Games Chronicle is the article. VGC interview where they say, the trailer, that moment is such a tiny slice of everything we've been working on for years and years. We're excited for the game and the IP and for the game to be in people's hands. That was in response to them being asked about negative reaction that some people had to the gameplay trailer. So, I don't know. I'm going to go with open mind, but yeah, I just, of course, did think that the gameplay looked a little bit generic. The modes are at least somewhat more interesting in the split of 2 no respawn, 2 normal. I mean, the respawning modes are probably the most standardized, I guess. So, and it's going to be interesting, I guess, as much as they may be like, you know, there's multiple modes for you to play and whatever else. Like, what do they? By they I mean, I guess Firewalk and PlayStation. Like, what's the mode they're going to begin pushing as the competitive one?
Correct.
The main mode that they not want people to play, but they're like, this is the mode, man.
This is the mode.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just switched up every single time. You know.
Yeah, maybe.
Did you read many of the previews or listen to much of the stuff that people have said?
A little bit. People's opinions positive?
Generally.
Like,
I don't think it's like, oh, this is going to be the new hot thing in the industry. I think a constant thing that I've seen is people being like, it feels like Destiny multiplayer, which is maybe why it survived the Bungie looking over it. But with like Overwatch heavily influenced as well. But yeah, the gunplay apparently feels like it's very Destiny. And yeah, a lot of people were optimistic on it, but weren't not. It seems like they're not 100% sure it's going to be a fixture of the industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess the thing is, does PlayStation want it to be a fixture of the industry or just a fixture of the PlayStation fan base?
Well, ideally, it's going to be a live service that runs for years and years and years rather than something that kind of fizzles out after 12 months.
I mean, Destiny 2 just hit 10 years.
Well, no, Destiny as a franchise. 10
Sorry,
years.
Destiny just hit 10 years, yeah. So, like, is that the
would
goal
be
for all these?
fantastic.
Yeah, is that like that's the one question I have for all these live service games? They're like, what is the like to when we look back years from now, if the game lasts X amount of years, that's a successful live action game. Like, what's the?
That's a good question.
It's a good question. Also, in the same VGC interview, so they said, there's a couple quotes here that clarifies about what you'll be paying for and stuff. So yeah, like again, reiterated what we just went over. We're going to launch with 16 characters, 12 maps, and 6 modes. So 2 more on top of what we just looked at. That's all included when you buy the game. And seasonally, we're providing new maps, new modes, and new characters alongside their unfolding story. There are purely cosmetic pieces that you can choose to further customize the look of your character that you can choose to purchase. These do not affect gameplay. We believe so strongly that the full experience should be available to all of our players. And then Concord will cost $40, 35 euros or whatever at release.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 60 Australian, I think it's the pre-order price.
Makes sense. I think we said last time, like, it's taking a very Helldivers direction with price point and also cosmetics being and microtransactions. So,
yeah. How many?
Pay to win. You can buy stuff to make your free gunners look different. Whatever.
How do you feel about the? Yeah. So do you think it's a, $60? That's the game for hopefully years to come. That's the game. You pay $60. You can choose to buy some costumes if you want, but or else you can spend $0 more. You're going to get weekly, I think, or whatever story pieces. You're going to get all the characters. Apparently, updates, free stuff. You feel that's a good price?
I think so. Obviously it's not full price, like $100, like you would expect. So I mean, it's a little bit of an easier jump to get into. And obviously it seems like it has a lot of content from the jump. So, I'm optimistic still that it will be something. So,
there is also a digital deluxe edition I just saw, $95. 72-hour early access, 16 character skins and a Monarch pack.
Okay.
Whatever that is. It says there's a sniper skin and a weapon skin.
I don't know if I feel like it's hard, like, especially for a new property. Do you really want 72 hours early access? Because you're only playing with other people who play early access. And how many of those people are actually going to be online?
I mean, there'll be enough, presumably.
It's like all those people are streamers because they need to be playing the new hot game for content.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm 100% keen.
I'm sure we'll be playing it during the beta.
We'll be playing it in the beta, giving our thoughts now in a fortnightly way. But yeah, it'll. I'm hopeful to be proven wrong. Look, if I play it and I go, you know what? If the gameplay feels as good as Destiny's gameplay feels great. So if the gameplay feels great, and I'm like, you know what, this could become a. I'm not sitting down every night to play it, but I'm fucking diving in at least every. I don't know what I'd call successful in my mind. At least I don't know, an hour. Honestly, at this point, if I was like, I play an hour every couple of weeks, even that would be like that's consistent in my life.
Yeah. It'll be different for other people. I think the other interesting thing I heard is there's like not set classes. Rather, there's just the characters are how they are.
How they are, yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like balancing is a thing that still needs to be done on all of these characters. Like some are clearly more useful than others, or at least
the beta's for, I guess.
Yeah. So,
but this is the thing. I'm presuming this game could come out next week if it wanted to. They just need to get the network testing stage done, and they need to balance the characters, but they need people to play it first. So
in random ways,
in random ways, in ways that people play in an attempt to break the game. And then the file story for the week, which I found very weird, and I didn't realize this was actually a thing, and I'm not sure if you realize this is a thing, but after PlayStation Push Square says, after nearly a month of downtime, Sony has announced that PS Stars rewards program is returning soon in phased regional rollouts. The mobile PS app is now displaying a new message when the PS Stars icon is selected on the home screen that reads, PlayStation Stars will be returning soon in phased regional rollouts. Thank you for your patience, and we look forward to welcoming back. According to the PS Stars page on Reddit, select Asia territories may have already regained access to the service. The USA, UK, and Europe will likely be given access once again in the coming days. There have been contradicting posts from PlayStation Support over whether point totals will have remained intact and whether purchases made by members during the downtime will be reimbursed. Active users will likely be hoping for some sort of compensation due to the outage. We'll have to wait until its availability is rolled out. Now, did you realize that PlayStation Stars was down, Ash?
No. Nobody did. Other than the 6 random people who obsessed.
Do you want to be reimbursed for the
yes
the like I opened it and it does say, I don't know if you just opened on yours, like when I read this story before, I had a quick look and PlayStation Stars is indeed down. And it's very funny to me that this is a thing, because people in the comments of this article, for example, Push Square one, there's someone who's like, I've been waiting to purchase Astrobot until this comes online. I want my points. Like, so there are people who are like, I will not purchase anything from PlayStation Store because I'm afraid that I will not get my star points.
That's fair.
Someone else. That's welcome news. While it'd be nice to start earning points for purchases again, I kind of missed the little missions that had me rummaging through my backlog trying out a game I would have normally passed over. So there are people.
There are people who enjoy the Stars program, enjoy collecting the things. You can't even look at them at the moment.
Can't even look at them. And look, here's the thing. I didn't notice. I had no idea this was down. It's about the time I would have found out soon, because I think once a month usually when the PlayStation blog posts the update, I go, I'll log on, have a quick look. I'll click activate on all the missions just in case I happen to do any of those things. I'll get some free points, and I'll what have they added here? A new little thing. That's cool. I got that little non-NFT. Anyway, I'll see you next month. PS Stars. So. That's sort of what the system has been going. But people, I saw a bunch of news stories. They're like, PS Stars being down longer than PlayStation Network was down in the big 2011 outage. And I'm like, but I think that one was sort of a bigger deal. That was like the whole.
I mean, let's be honest. PlayStation probably didn't notice Stars was down for a while.
Yeah. It was like probably 2 weeks and someone messaged me like, do you know Stars is down? Oh, fuck. I know. Jesus Christ. We only look at it once a month to update the.
Yeah.
It's so funny though, because I have I had a bunch of points. I just brought a $30 PSN gift card last month or whenever I last looked on it. Must have been right before it crashed or something, because I swear it was about a month ago. So anyway, so if you've been hanging out going, oh man, checking every morning, you wake up, you're like, fuck, is it back? Is it back? Is it back? Soon. It's rolling out now. Get ready. I'm excited to. I'll have to make sure all my stuff's in its cabinets right. Make sure my figures haven't missed me too much. Make sure no one stole it. No, I'm joking. All right, thank you for joining us this week's episode of Platinum Disclosures. Of course, you can tweet us, explosionova.com/Twitter, explosionova.com/Discord. Also takes you to our Discord page. If you like this episode and want to support us, explosionova.com/support takes you to our Ko-fi page. And until next fortnight, remember, every trophy counts.